know me know that I would normally be freaking out about a speech like this. However, I had an epiphany recently that I'm here not representing myself, I'm representing my 196 students, and that gives me great honor. So let me begin by thanking the Woodbury Chamber of Commerce for this lovely evening and an award that I did not expect to get, and I am so honored to receive on behalf of, like I said, myself, my students, and my department. Would love to work with. Also, Julie Bunch, who took the time to kindly nominate me for this award. I thank you sincerely. Those of you that know me also know this could take a while, so I brought my timer. Like 25 minutes will do? My brother knows I'm not kidding. Okay. Here's my set. Okay, that could work. I actually really said it. Okay, real quickly, I would like to thank a few people because life can be tough without support. You're going nowhere. So, friends and family, I have the best wife on planet Earth. She is gorgeous. She is amazing. She is brilliant. She is supportive, and I would be nowhere without you, Heather. So thank you. I love you very much. My mom and my dad are the most supportive parents in the world. My brother and his new wife Elise are fantastic. Fantastic. Inside joke. Jane, thank you for being here, and Greg Booth. Also, some colleagues and friends. Carrie, my new principal, Lopez. Dennis Roos. Dave Rafferty, aka the Wrath Man. Missy Habeck, Louise Hines, Jean Luker, Winnie Williams, and Barb Brown. Thank you guys all very much. Okay. Okay, now I'm getting nervous. So I'm a science teacher. I love science. I'm a big geek. And I really struggled with how to get across my gratitude for this award. So I'm going to use science. In science, we use theories to explain things, and I have a theory as to why I am an effective educator. And here's my theory. I'm able to be as effective as I am in the classroom because I have the best 8th grade students in the state of Minnesota. I do. I absolutely do have the 196 best students in the state. But like I teach my students, theories are only as good as the evidence that you have to support them. So I'm going to take a few minutes to share with you my evidence to support the theory that I have the best students in the state. Here we go. My students and I are dedicated to learning. My students are amazing. Barb kind of stole my thunder with the review sessions, but since my first year of teaching, I hold tests very seriously, and in order to prepare my students, I stay after school for 2 hours. Anybody that wants to come, I'm there to help you out. Last year we had 50 kids. This year we are getting up to 120, 130. We maxed out at 137. And how is that not an amazing piece of evidence? These kids are not. And that's the thing. I love those guys. I mean, I remember the first review session I held this year. It was in my classroom, which is a beautiful, beautiful big science classroom. You could hold 50 kids in there, no problem. And the doors opened, and we started selling the juice boxes and everything, and the kids were pouring in. And I just thought to myself, oh my God, I hope they're just coming to say hello. But they weren't. They were there. We had 87 kids, and we had not enough room. So that made me think, you know, we need a bigger room. So then we got a bigger room. Mrs. Lopez helped us get the choir room. And then 130 kids came to the next review session. I said, all right, we got the bigger room. Now we need more teachers, because that's a lot of kids for just me. So Mrs. Lopez was kind enough to help me get more teachers. And to this day, we're still getting about 130 students. And I have been told, or asked, how can learning take place with that many kids? Carrie, you've walked in before. Learning takes place because they're amazing, and when it's time to learn, they're with me, even though it's 130 students and one slightly terrified teacher up front. And it's just another reason why I love these guys. How can you not love your job when those are the kind of kids you work with? We have fun together. Science cinema. I love movies. I love science. I said, hey, let's merge the two. So we learn something for a few weeks. We take a test on it. We find some good Hollywood-based movie that aligns with the curriculum. Always align with the curriculum. Right, Dr. Sid? Always. Okay. And we have pop. We have juice boxes. We have pizza, and we turn off the lights on, watch a movie on the big screen. We have about 150 kids show up for those. Of course, this is just, if they want to come, it's not mandatory. And we have a lot of fun together. If you walk into our classroom, you might wonder how we get such good scores, because there's a lot of laughter. But with that laughter comes the ability to just turn it on and get serious and kick some major academic butt when the time comes. So we can do both together, and that's why every day is so fun. We support one another, which is really important. I was in charge of setting up the groups for our Pins field trip. and I failed miserably. It just wasn't working. And then it came to be the day before the trip, and I told my students I'm really stressed out. I'm sorry if it seemed different today. I'm stressed. And after school, over 20 kids stopped by, called their parents for a ride home, and offered their help. Said, what can we do to help Mr. G? And I took everything from me, and I just started bawling because that was extremely touching. I took them up on their offer, and they helped me out, and the problem was solved. So they support me. I support them. We implemented a Firestorm Council. We meet once every 2 weeks, and they get to express their concerns, ideas, anything else they want to share with our whole team, and we try to implement those things to give them a voice. That has been an incredibly successful venture this year, and I'm very proud of them for that. And if you heard what they said and how they conduct themselves, you would just be so hopeful about the future of this country if these kids represent who we have coming. Heather, ready to speed it up?
Yep.
Okay, all right. Hey, we're really close to the end. Chris is better, this is better than the best man speech, so that was really... My final talking point here is we set goals together, we reach goals together, my students and I. One example, we have Winnie Williams, the president of the PTO here tonight. They're so generous to us whenever we ask for money for just about anything, as long as we really have our I's dotted and T's crossed. I felt guilty after the last PTO meeting. I said, God, they've given us so much money and we don't give back a ton with the events. So I came to my students and I said, I'm done, guys, I'm not asking for another dime. They're like, what? Nobody gets a part of the end of the year. I said, no, not until we give back. And that makes sense, doesn't it? And they're like, yeah. Because I have gut rot over this, so we need to start contributing. Box tops, do you guys know what those are? Certain products have these little things they call box tops, and you get a dime for everyone you turn in. I said, you guys, it's the easiest fundraiser in the world. You're about to throw something away, flip the box top, it's 10 cents for your school. I don't want 200 of these, I want 20,000 of these turned in by the MCAs. After 1 week, we had 2,400 box tops. Because these kids motivate themselves, and we work together, and we're going to make Winnie a bunch of money for your PTO this year. So. And the biggest goal, of course, that we have is the MCA science test. This is like the Super Bowl for me. I used to play sports, I don't play sports anymore, so I have to be competitive somehow. This is it. I can't wait for you guys to look into the paper late July, about 26 or 27, because we are going to put on an event where we target our at-risk students. We're going to be at Eastridge High School. It's going to be an 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. event. National Honor Society students are going to be there to help out. We've got about 9 teachers and parent volunteers. And we're going to help, we're going to try our darndest to get every single student to pass that test, enjoy science, and feel confident about themselves and ship off to high school with the confidence that they need and that they can have. They just need a little push. So really, keep an eye out for late July because it's going to be astounding. And
you used to play, no. You used to play sports. I'm just going to give you, it's the 2-minute warning.
I think I can pull this off. Okay, so my last prop I have here is I'm big into surveys because you want to be a good teacher, listen to your students. They've got great ideas. Don't be closed-minded. They're brilliant kids. They don't get enough credit. So I gave a survey, and it just said anonymous survey. Yes or no, would you go to this VIP science camp to prepare for the MCAs if you were invited? Anonymous survey. Out of 184 students that took that survey, 178 said, yes, I'd go. That's amazing. Right there is when I said to myself, we will get the #1 score in the state. How can't we with motivation like that? So these are the surveys. And I tallied them up, and I was, once again, I'm an emotional mess. I got pretty teary-eyed. But I love my students for reasons like this. Did I support my theory that I have some great kids? Okay. Is that a get off the stage clip? Okay. Let me close with this last statement then. I love my job. I don't ever want to leave Woodbury Middle School. I want the next 34 years in room A103. And I love my students, you know that hopefully. The parents of my students could not be more supportive. My colleagues are amazing. Dave Rafferty, Missy Habeck. I came to the school last year with open arms, took me under their wings, and are amazing human beings, great teachers, and I'm grateful to work with them. Our administrators are tremendous. Carrie Lopez knows I'm a huge fan of hers, and Keith Burkhardt. And this community is one of the most supportive communities I've ever been a part of. So thank you guys. Thank you for supporting us. And like I said, June 27th, ladies and gentlemen, check out the MCA Thank you very much.